Hello Nidorinas and Nidorinos, and welcome to Lumiose City, where we have the Saffron Psychics challenging the Lumiose Lightning in the first battle of round 3. Psychics starting out with Slowbro and Mr. Rhyme, Alolan Raichu and Bolton starting out for the Lumiose Lightning. Let us know in the comments below who you think is going to win today, Lightning or the Psychics. Lumiose Lightning are actually undefeated so far, winning their first 2 battles. They're hoping to continue that today. Bolton starting out with Rock Smash, hitting Slowking up. Not very effective on that water type in though. Saffron Psychics are actually looking to get their first victory today, currently sitting in 15th place with no wins, so it's not good for them. Fury Swipes now coming from Raichu, hits once, gets it twice. Good hit on that second one, hits 3, only gets 3 though. It's still, they're chipping away at Slowking there. Mr. Rhyme now looking to respond. Comes out with the Inferno. This is going to hit a Alolan Raichu. Does a decent amount of damage, almost knocks it down to half, but leaves it with that burn, so that should surely take it below half at the end of this turn. Immediately puts Alolan Raichu on a ticking clock. Sticky Web now being shot by Slowking, going to slow down any incoming Pokemon from the Lumiose Lightning. There it is, Raichu's clock is counting down with that burn. As always, it's a double battle, 6 on 6. If we do hit that 20-minute time limit, we will go into single battle overtime. Smokescreen now coming from Bolton, going to lower that accuracy of Mr. Rhyme. Raichu now, looking to make the most before that burn takes it out of this battle. Oh wait, it's going with the rest. It's going to clear up that burn and fully restore its HP. It will put itself to sleep, but still, Raichu has just given itself a second life. This could come in very handy if it can wake up before it gets knocked out. Boomerang now coming from Mr. Rhyme. This will be super effective on whoever it hits. Goes for Bolton. Almost knocks it out on the first hit. It's a critical hit though. That second hit though is going to be coming around. And Bolton has been eliminated with that super effective Boomerang from Mr. Rhyme. Very impressive shot there by Mr. Rhyme. Going with that Boomerang. Slowking looking to take advantage of the sleeping Raichu. Goes with the low kick. Not going to do a great deal of damage on the Psychic type in Raichu. Toxtricity now, amped form coming out onto the field. Does get caught in that sticky web, so that will lower its speed. Toxtricity only having a speed stat of 75. Alolan Raichu's actually got 110 speed stat, so look to see that try and go first a lot of the time, although that sleep's still affecting it. Mr. Rhyme going with the speed swap. And it swaps that 110 speed with Alolan Raichu and gives it its 70 speed. So Mr. Rhyme has just become the fastest Pokemon on the field. Sludge now coming from Toxtricity. It's going to have that stab boost with Toxtricity's poison typing. Decent hit on Slowking, taking it below 50%. Slowking with a yawn, but it fails. You can only think that it was going for Raichu, who's already asleep. Mr. Rhyme now. Going in with the Facade. Targets Raichu. Takes that below 50%. Raichu's going to need to wake up very fast, otherwise it's just going to be useless on the field. But we'll buy Lumiose Lightning more time though. Poison Gas now coming from Toxtricity is going to hit both Pokemon, leave both Mr. Rhyme and Slowking poisoned. Brilliant play there by Toxtricity. Slowking now. It's going to lay out that grassy terrain, so everyone's going to receive some of their health points back between every turn. Slowking needs to make the most of that 100 special attack that it has. Raichu getting some much needed HP back, as is Slowking. Slowking's going to still lose it though from that poison. Mr. Rhyme there taking that hurt of the poison, as does Slowking, potentially losing more than it receives from the grassy terrain, but it will still buy it some time. Mr. Rhyme still with that speed. Also looking to make the most of its special attack of 110. Go with the Clanging Scales and hit both opposing Pokemon. Raichu being knocked down into the red. Still holding on though. Mr. Rhyme's defense does fall and Raichu's finally woken up. Can it respond though? Goes with a Blast Burn. Surely it's going to have to go for Mr. Rhyme. Doesn't. Instead it goes for Slowking, who's going to hold on with that not very effective move. Would have been super effective on Mr. Rhyme. Magic Powder now coming from Toxtricity. Throws it in the direction of Mr. Rhyme, and Mr. Rhyme's typing has been changed to Psychic, which it already was. You have to think it's eliminated that Ice type that it has. And the Hex now coming from Slowking will eliminate a Alolan Raichu. Super effective hit. That's 2 down for the Lumiose Lightning. This is not the start that the undefeated team need. Again, that HP being restored by the grassy terrain. Poison's going to chip away though at Mr. Rhyme and Slowking again. As always, in the description below, we also have our Google Doc containing the ladder, fixture. Oh, Slowking just holding on after that poison hit. And Dracozolt now coming in for the Lumiose Lightning. Slowking may be able to get one more move out and see what it can do. Dracozolt coming onto the field with a very impressive 100 attack stat. Mr. Rhyme still having that speed that it gained from Raichu. He's going to go with the Giga Drain, but Toxtricity avoids the attack. It wouldn't have been very effective on that poison typing anyway. Spite now coming from Dracozolt. Going after Mr. Rhyme. Mr. Rhyme's Metronome has been lowered by 4. Dragon Breath now coming from Toxtricity. And it'll target Mr. Rhyme. Mr. Rhyme finally being taken down into the yellow, having lost over half its HP. And a Mud Slap now coming from Slowking. This is going to be super effective on the electric type. Toxtricity takes a big hit as well as having its accuracy lowered from that move. Mr. Rhyme back up into the green thanks to that grassy terrain. Toxtricity getting some much needed HP back, as will Slowking, but I see that poison taking the last of Slowking's HP. Mr. Rhyme already back into the yellow. And Slowking has been eliminated with that poison. Chipping away at it, that grassy terrain wasn't enough to keep it on the field. That's the first elimination from the Saffron Psychics. Very needed for the Lumiose Lightning. And now Gardevoir, the Fairy Psychic type, coming out onto the field. Gardevoir's taking that Technician ability from Toxtricity. Gardevoir's got that very strong hit. 125 special attack and 115 special defense. So can give out a hit and take a hit. And an electric terrain now is going to take over that misty terrain. This may actually benefit the Lumiose Lightning if they can use any of their stab electricity attacks. Gardevoir, second quickest on the field. Actually would be the quickest if it wasn't for Raichu's speed being in Mr. Rhyme. Toxtricity, that softball being of no good to Gardevoir. Gastro Acid coming from Toxtricity will target Gardevoir. So Gardevoir's already lost that Technician that it gained, so that Trace and Technician are now both gone. A Bug Buzz now coming from Dracozolt. And it targets Mr. Rhyme. Mr. Rhyme has been eliminated with a super effective Bug Buzz from Arctozolt. This has put Lumiose Lightning back to equal with the Saffron Psychics. Both teams have lost 2 Pokemon so far. Alakazam now coming out for the Saffron Psychics. Alakazam has the strongest special attack on all of the Saffron Psychics of 135. It's got that 120 speed as well, so more speedy Pokemon coming on for the Saffron Psychics. And a Mach Punch now coming from Alakazam, straight for Dracozolt. It's not going to do much damage though. Gardevoir follows it up with the Pollen Puff. Throws it at Toxtricity, and Toxtricity holds on. 5 HP left, just hanging in there. Flip turn now coming from Dracozolt. Dracozolt's going to go back into the party, hitting Gardevoir on its way out. 5th Pokemon now is going to come out for the Lumiose Lightning. And it's Electivire. Electivire been in every battle for the Lumiose Lightning so far this season. Its speed does fall thanks to that sticky web that was placed on the field earlier. Toxtricity looking to make the most of potentially its last move, and it's Skull Bash, as long as no one hits it in the next turn. Toxtricity's Skull Bash could do some decent damage. Its defense will rise, but with that 5 HP, I don't see that defense mattering too much. Alakazam with a chance to eliminate Toxtricity. Will it take? Goes with a mean look, so it doesn't. Not an offensive move at all. Gardevoir now with her chance. Uses Hurricane. This is going to target just Electivire. I thought it was going to target both Pokemon. I apologize. But just goes for Electivire. Not very effective though. Does leave Electivire confused. Electivire, can he shake it off? And he does. Electivire going with a Leaf Storm. Looks like it's going to target Alakazam. And a very good hit, taking down 50% of its HP. Sadly, Electivire's 95 special attack did just get reduced, and Gardevoir takes a very strong hit from Toxtricity with that Skull Bash. So now Toxtricity and Gardevoir are both just hanging in there. Burn Up now coming from Alakazam, but it has failed. Gardevoir needs to go for Toxtricity, but goes with a Glare, and it doesn't even affect Toxtricity. Saffron Psychics need this elimination, but so do Lumiose Lightning. Electivire shakes off that confusion again and goes with the Vital Throw. And goes for Gardevoir. This will finish it off. Not very effective, but it will take the last of that HP that was remaining. So now, Lumiose Lightning are in the lead. And a Milk Drink for Toxtricity. This is very much needed. Toxtricity is going to restore a great deal of HP there. Put itself right back in this battle. Getting 50% back. Fifth Pokemon now coming out for the Saffron Psychics. And it's the Water Psychic type Starmie. Starmie is going to be very impressive with 115 speed and 100 special attack. As always, the Saffron Psychics are a very specially attack-based team. And an Air Slash coming from Alakazam won't be very effective. Going for Toxtricity. Thankfully, Toxtricity had that Milk Drink to get that HP back. Maybe Starmie can finish the job. Goes with a Zen Headbutt. Gets that stab boost. And it will be super effective on Toxtricity. Toxtricity has been taken down. And Electivire finally snaps out of that confusion. Not taking its frustration out on itself once. Goes out with a Teeter Dance though, so it's going to confuse the opposing Pokemon. Thankfully, there's no one on Electivire's side, because it would have confused them too. So now both Alakazam and Starmie are confused. The electric terrain has disappeared from the field. Dracozolt coming back out for the Lumiose Lightning. Dracozolt's speed being lowered again thanks to that sticky web. Now Alakazam hoping to shake off that confusion, and it does. Now it just needs to get in a physical attack. And it comes out with a Eruption. It's going to hit both opposing Pokemon. But it won't do enough damage, only just taking Electivire below half its HP. Starmie unfortunately hits itself in its confusion. Electivire now going with a Core Enforcer. This is going to hit both Pokemon. Signature move of legendary Pokemon Zygarde. Won't do a great deal of damage though. Both Pokemon having their abilities suppressed but standing up to the damage. Double Edge now coming from Dracozolt. It's going to get the recoil damage, but it will hit Starmie very hard, taking it down into the red. Also in our description below, we do have a link to the Instagram page, always consisting of many updates. Alakazam shakes off the confusion again. Goes with the Leafage. Targeting Dracozolt. Won't do a great deal of damage, doesn't even take 10 points of its health. Starmie trying to shake off the Metronome, the confusion this time to use the Metronome. Goes with a takedown. Another recoil affected move. Gets Electivire down into the red, and Starmie just holds on after that recoil damage. But now we're going to get a Hyper Beam from Electivire. And it targets Alakazam. Big hit. And Alakazam's holding on. So both Starmie and Alakazam are in the red. Dracozolt surely just got to hit a physical move. And it goes with Sky Attack. So it's going to hit that physical move in the next turn. Starmie and Alakazam barely any HP left whatsoever. Alakazam needs to shake this off, and it doesn't. Alakazam's knocked itself out in its confusion. That's the fourth Pokemon down for the Saffron Psychics. Starmie surely has to come out of this. And it does. It will get the Metronome off. It goes with the Assurance. Targeting Electivire, and Starmie finishes off Electivire. Electivire has been eliminated. That's 4 Pokemon eliminated from both teams, but that Sky Attack's going to come from Dracozolt and finish off Starmie. So there's 1 Pokemon left for the Saffron Psychics, 2 remaining for the Lumiose Lightning. Claydol now coming out for the Saffron Psychics as their last Pokemon. And Luxray making its debut in the Elite Challenge League. Luxray, again, suffering from that sticky web. Luxray's coming in with 120 attack stat. Very, very impressive. Claydol coming in with 120 special defense. Comes out with a Mega Kick. And targets Luxray. Taking over a third of its HP. Flail now coming from Dracozolt. Luxray looking to follow it up. Goes with a Flash Cannon. It's very good chipping away by Luxray and Dracozolt onto Claydol. Claydol needing to hit both Pokemon at once. If it could get something like an Earthquake out, it will hit both Pokemon. Instead, it goes with a Pain Split, and it does it with Luxray. This only fractionally benefits Claydol. Horn Leech now coming from Dracozolt. This should be super effective on the Psychic typing. And it wipes out Claydol. That super effective move finishes it with a critical hit as well. Lumiose Lightning have continued their winning streak of 3-0, beating the Saffron Psychics. This does not look good for the Saffron Psychics in 15th and having lost every battle so far. They started off really well too, taking out Boltund, taking out Alolan Raichu. That Boomerang was a very cool move to see early in this battle. Slowking getting that Hex, so they were up by 2 Pokemon at one stage. So the Saffron Psychics are trying to get there with their victory. Hopefully next week they can win when they go to Spikemouth City to take on the Spikemouth Devils. Lumiose Lightning, however, will look to continue their winning streak when the Verbank Venom come to Lumiose City. It was very impressive. The performance shown, I think, by Electivire and Toxtricity, very well done. Toxtricity being able to land those poisons earlier on, eventually being taken down by Starmie with that super effective Psychic move. But very impressive showing. Even Saffron Psychics almost coming so close in the end. Unfortunately, that confusion actually really hurt them. Even losing 3 Pokemon in one turn on the field. But let me know in the comments below who you thought was the best on field today. Whether it be from the Lumiose Lightning or the Saffron Psychics. Even Luxray making its debut in the Elite Challenge League. But as always, Nidorinos, thank you so much for watching. As always, you are awesome, and always remember that. And I will speak to you guys next time. Thank you. Bye.